Good morning or afternoon or whatever. I am here in courtside. There is Lua tied to a post because she doesn't have the clearance from the bed to make friends. But I have made a couple of great friends in her name. So let me introduce you to Lunar and her emotional support animal. So
I'm her emotional support person.
yes, you're her emotional support animal because we're animals.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes.
So this is Lunar, the most beautiful, sweetest, kindest, teeny little bin with a beautiful pink bandana, and she's so kind. I am so sorry you cannot play with Lua. So Lunar and Lua, fantastic. And Lunar possesses this amazing lady, Elizabeth. Nice meeting you.
Hi, you
the
too.
other day when we met, it was such a pleasure meeting you. And you live in a minivan, which was my home for 2.5 years, and I loved it.
Same.
So, hi, how are you?
I am well. Let me have Lunar hop up on the bed, hopefully, and we can carry on. Come on up, baby. Come on. Hop up. Hop up. She's not interested.
Yeah,
Hold
no.
on. Come on.
This is more
That's a
interesting.
girl. Please stay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's Lunar. So the first thing I want to do is
I love these
show
signs.
you this.
I love these signs.
Because in
And
the
the story.
summer, I'm in the south and it's very hot, like 100 plus degrees outside, so 120 in my van.
In the van.
So if I'm doing errands and I have to have her with me, I put those signs out because
Perfect.
people worry about dogs in cars.
Of course.
Fair enough, but just please don't break my windows. So
I can see, when I saw the sign first, I didn't understand the whole breadth of it. But yes, I can totally understand why someone would break your windows thinking that Lunar is alone there
and overheating,
and boiling, poor thing.
Exactly.
So little do they know how much you care for her.
Right. So her going up on the bed didn't really work very
It's okay.
well. So we're going to try something a little different, which sometimes works
Because
and
she wants
sometimes
to be in camera.
She does. She wants to be a movie star.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec.
So while you do that, tell
Yeah.
us a little bit, how long have you been a nomad?
So I have been a nomad for about 5 years. The reason for it is because I had started when I was, I want to say 19. A boyfriend and I did a 9-month cross-country trip.
Beautiful.
And went to the national parks and just did everything in a car, a 4-door car with the box on top, tent, cooler, bikes on the back, etc. And I always said that I want to travel again before I'm too old to do it.
Beautiful.
So when my youngest
I know. I'm
was
sorry, Elizabeth,
Loon.
but
Come on.
Lunar wants to be friends.
Come here.
Hi, baby. It's okay. It's okay.
When my youngest was old enough to move out, I somehow came across a book on my Kindle that was about van dwelling. And that was the rabbit hole that I fell down into and just kept reading and reading and learning about it.
Yep.
So I bought an old, kind of a vintage van from a man near where I lived, and I had it built out, and I hired some licensed electricians to do some air conditioning work in the back of it.
Wow.
And they were messy, and they left a screw floating around, and it hit the condenser in my van, burned to a crisp. I hadn't even left yet. I was doing my last minute errands. I literally had on my list for Lowe's an fire extinguisher. But I hadn't gotten to Lowe's yet. The good news is that both of my animals I had brought to a friend's house, so they didn't get hurt. I burned the tip of my knuckle, that was it. But everything that I owned pretty much went up in flames. Yep.
Oh gosh.
But the universe provided, and you know, friends were great, and family, and my kids, everyone. And I was able to buy another high top van. I built it out almost identical to this and traveled in that for a few years.
Nice.
And then COVID happened.
Of course.
So I was going back to North Carolina in the summer and working, but it became impossible to keep my animals cool.
Yep.
So a friend of mine was selling a camper in a campground permanently. So she said, if you can think of anybody that wants to buy my camper, let me know before I put a sign up on it, because there's a long waiting list to get in there, and the minute you put your phone number on a camper, your phone blows up. So I said, I'll let you know. And I don't know, an hour later, I called her and said, I'm gonna buy it. So I bought it, and I was able to keep my animals there when it was hot, and it worked out great. COVID was going on. I didn't feel like it was responsible to drive around the country in case I had germs, and I didn't want to get anybody else's germs. So as soon as I felt like it was safe, I started traveling again. In the meanwhile, the rear air conditioning had gone out in my new van, and it was going to cost a fortune to replace it. It was a high top conversion, and all of the hoses, I guess, whatever it was, were all up in the conversion, so they were going to have to tear it all apart to get to them. For like $100 part, it was going to be thousands of dollars in labor. So I traded it in for this. I really wanted front wheel drive. My kids are scattered in winter all over the country. My mom was in New Hampshire, my sister in Maine, and my high top was rear wheel drive, and it was horrible in the snow, even with the weight and good tires and the whole bit.
Yep.
So I wanted front wheel drive.
Way safer.
It's way safer. So I went and I actually test drove 2 back to back. I drove this at the same place. I drove this one, which is a 6-cylinder, and then I came right back to the lot and drove a 4-cylinder, and it was a 6-cylinder without a doubt, especially because I travel up over the mountains. And
so you did have a lot of test, error and trial and error.
I did.
With all your things.
Yep.
But now you have been 5 years.
Yep, on and off.
So 5 years, and how long in this one minivan?
I'm going to say about 2.5.
Fantastic.
Yep. I've done the same build, basically the same build in all 3 of my vans.
Nice.
Because the 2 most important things to me were the bed.
Yes.
And I'm short, so I could put it across the back, and a closet for my hang-up clothes.
Perfect.
So
can we take a peek?
We can.
At your home.
We can.
Go ahead.
All right. Hop up.
Lunar decided she's first.
Yep. So this time this is an inverter.
Yes.
And in behind it is a lithium battery.
Nice.
It runs to my alternator.
Oh, perfect.
So I have a smart isolator.
Yeah.
So when I start my van, the power from the alternator goes to the starting battery first, and then as soon as it's turned over and running, the isolator tells it to go to this house battery.
How clever is that?
It's great. So I don't.
So you don't need to have a solar panel.
I don't, and I didn't want to. It was just more stuff.
Yes.
You know, to lug around and to worry about.
Absolutely.
So this works for me. I don't boondock for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, so I don't need the solar panels. And I just use it for charge my camera battery or my Kindle or whatever I might need. So that's
fantastic.
that. This is all storage. So I built my bed intentionally up enough to have storage under here.
So you made a wooden platform.
I took the seats out. So there were seats here.
Yep.
And there was a 3rd row seat.
So they are inside?
They're gone.
They're gone.
They're gone.
Okay.
Yep. Those are my clothes in the 3 drawers here, and my hats, and my little gnome from my friend Trish in North Carolina. And then if you look back here,
of course. Oh, look at that.
So this is where the 2nd row of seats go down in here.
And so you have a huge
I have
well
I
there.
do, a huge well. I actually have a piece of plywood that would go across here if I wanted to just make 2 full layers.
Two shelves.
But my fridge is too tall, so I just make them.
fantastic.
This-
I love how wide your bed is.
My bed is really wide because someone thinks it's her bed,
Oh, of course.
and so she likes to take it. So
But the good thing is it allows you to go diagonally.
I can go
so
diagonally
you
if
can
I need to, but
stretch.
I'm short enough that I can stretch all the way out, which is
Fantastic.
crazy.
I think it is only 4 feet, these vans in back.
If I go all the way, see this little cubby right here?
Let me check the
If my
cabby.
feet are in
Yes.
that little cubby, and you can't see it, but there's another one on this side,
Yes.
and my pillow's in that little cubby, I can stretch straight.
And how tall are you?
Maybe 5'1" on a good day, more like 5, yeah.
Okay,
that
but
might be
it's
stretching
good
it.
for anyone who is the same height.
Yep.
Now they do have a clear reference
Yep.
of how to fit there. I love the fact that you made the bed really wide.
I do too. It was really important to me. I have a really bad back injury,
Yep,
so I have a very good mattress on here.
very good.
And like I said, the bed was really the priority for me.
Of course.
So this goes here when I'm sleeping. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Let me go on the other side so I
Okay.
can see
Yep.
you from there.
Yep.
No, you can stay
Okay.
there if you want.
Okay.
So
So
that one
this
goes
is
there.
here. So hopefully she curls up in here and gives me space on the bed. Then
I
this
do-
goes
I do.
lunar. This goes here,
Perfect.
and it just gives me a little bit of extra warmth.
Of course.
I do have reflectics for this window
oh,
and
and
that
the window.
Yeah, I take them down during the day.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can, it looks just like this.
Yes.
And so
So fantastic.
that's my comfy, cozy bed.
And during the day, you can even, I imagine you can sit here.
I can't.
Oh, you
So I made a
cannot?
goof. Let me come over this way and
oh.
I'll show you. So I thought I had everything measured perfectly. However,
We always think of that.
right, so there were tracks here from the seats.
Of course.
So I built this floor and put
Ah.
insulation, etc.
So the floor is what, 3 inches with
Yeah.
the wall high?
Yep. So it's a nice floor, but it's cold in the winter, so I have the rugs down.
Yes.
So what I didn't calculate was when
The
I'm
height
sitting
of
on my
the
bed,
ceiling.
I can't sit on my bed
Yeah.
because my
Oh.
head hits.
Oh.
And if I had those few extra inches,
Yes.
but honestly, if I'm sitting, I'm usually sitting, I just sit in
In
the driver's
front.
seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm on my bed, it's either to sleep or to read my Kindle, and I just lie down anyway.
Have you thought, this is a thought a friend of mine had, just throwing the idea because you're very creative, you will decide whether it works. They switched the passenger seat, they lifted and put it,
swivel.
no, not a swivel. They just put it front, back. So they put it facing the other way because nobody ever sits there. So during the day they have a seat, they can sit
Yeah.
and be in the living room.
That's interesting. So the reason why I haven't done it is because I do have people in my car,
There you
and
go.
I do have one of my sons. We travel together at Christmas time each
That
year,
is- yeah.
and so
That
that's
is
why I've left it the way. Because even if I took it out, I would have quite a bit more room.
Yes.
But I
true.
want the seat and the seat belt. So
And we do go a little extra mile for those kids, right?
yes, we do.
Yes.
Yes, we do. So over here, she's caught. Hold on a minute. The only thing I haven't found room for, no matter what I do, is my dirty laundry.
Oh, of
So it
course.
sits in this bag.
Yep.
And yeah, I did buy these. So these are cool. And I don't know if I can show you
Oh,
because
yes,
it's bright
yes.
out.
Those
The
are
flashing lights.
sparkling. Yes.
Yep.
For the night.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the night. So the desert rats don't eat my
Yes,
wires.
yes.
Yep.
I was talking with a lady yesterday. $5,000
Wow.
worth of damage because of those rats.
So for 20 bucks
know.
at Harbor Freight,
I know.
well worth it. So I lift the hood at night and put
Yep.
them all under there, and that's that. Over here,
And this is a Toyota Sienna.
it is the
Right?
Sienna. Yep, it's old. It's a 2012. I have
They are eternal,
225,000 miles on it.
and it's running.
I'm
beautiful.
going for 350,000. That's my goal.
I like it.
So this is the back side of my closet. So if I want my hang-up clothes, because people make fun of me because I iron all my clothes and I don't like wrinkles, and I want my clothes to look nice. So just because I live in a van doesn't mean I need to look a mess, you know? So that's that part of it. And then if you look right here,
oh yes,
this is a shoe organizer. So I just have like my extra shampoo and conditioner and razor blades and all my bathroom stuff that's extra is here. And then this little pink bag, all I have to do when I go to shower is just carry this one bag.
Perfect.
And that's that. And then the other issue, which seems to be common, is all of us finding room for our shoes and boots.
Yes.
So that's what I've done with the biggest ones.
What hit me when I first saw your van, even before I saw you, was that beautiful woven basket.
Oh, my sister gave me this years ago for Christmas, and everyone thought it was the weirdest Christmas present ever. And I love it.
I love it.
Fortunately,
that was the first thing I saw, because I was walking in this direction. You were on the other side, so I hadn't seen you. But I went and I took a close-up of that amazing, beautifully basket.
And I just have it bungeed so it doesn't fall off.
Yeah, of course.
And these fairy lights take 3 batteries. I don't usually have them on during the day, but I just wanted to show that I have left these on 24/7 for hours, days, and they don't die out on me, so I use very few batteries.
Nice.
So that's that. And same with this, I just have it tied. This is where I keep my plates and bowls and knives and forks and all that stuff.
So you still can reach there in there very easily.
Right.
But they are not in the way.
They're not in the way.
And they don't go anywhere.
Yep. And I have a small piece of, you know, the rubber drawer liner?
Yes, of course.
I have little pieces in between so I don't have to listen to them rattle. Yeah. Yep.
Hey, Lunar.
And
hi, baby.
That's pretty much, that's
and the
my
other
van.
thing that really, really, really impressed me of your van is how very not cluttered it is.
I can't do clutter.
Love it.
I can't. It's just, I have this thing about like cluttered space, cluttered mind. And I just, if it can't get put away somewhere, I don't need it.
Exactly. I love that.
Yep.
I love your van. I love the way you have thought of everything, and mostly that, the way you have it easily organized, because you have the essentials and still you have everything.
I have more than the essentials, honestly. I just find a place for them. It looks a little less crowded right now under my bed because my camping gear is at my site.
Yeah.
I have a folding table.
Yes.
I slide it right under my mattress, right between the plywood and the mattress. Same with my little gas stove.
Yes.
One thing about my van that's a little bit different is I don't have bathroom facilities and I don't cook in it.
Okay.
On purpose.
My next question was going to be that. Where do you pee?
There are a million bathrooms in the world.
I love it.
And I usually use a bathroom in the middle of the night. I'll tell you, if I can't, I'll pee in the desert.
Let me show your bathroom in the middle of the night.
My beautiful bathroom.
Yes. So you fertilize all the plants you find around there.
I do.
Fantastic.
So my thing is, I don't cook in my van. I don't poop in my van.
I love it.
And I try not to pee in my van.
Of course.
I don't want to, it's such a closed space. I don't want to go to bed smelling what I cooked for dinner.
Correct.
So.
I only cook outside if it is a steak or something like that, because I really don't like lingering odors.
Yep.
The same way I wouldn't be able to drive a car that was smoked in.
Yep.
I don't want
just
to
want
put
the smell.
the smell of food in
I
there.
also, I mean, I can use the microwaves at the truck stop.
Yes.
You're more than welcome to. I cooked
a great idea.
fresh ravioli the other day and put sauce and sauteed vegetables and everything outside and made enough that I could just take the next day and bring it into the truck stop and warm it up. And
what a great idea. First time I hear about using the microwaves at the truck stops.
You know, I buy all my gas there. I buy whatever I need there, and they don't mind. They welcome people to use them.
Thank you for that amazing tip.
Yep.
Thank you.
I go in the morning and brush my teeth, and use warm water to do it. And
That's
yeah.
luxury.
I mean, if I'm boondocking, obviously I brush my teeth
of course.
out in the desert, but
But then, talking about the cherry on the top, you have a fan on top of your
do.
van.
I have a very dear friends in North Carolina, and the husband had done this a couple of times for his son, and so he's the one that ran everything and put my lithium battery in and my inverter and did that, and we bartered dog sitting for his labor because I dog sit for them anyway and I love their dog, and Luna and I stay there when they go away, and he did this for me, and
Fantastic.
he did an amazing job. You can't even tell, but he pulled the headliner down in my car to run the wires and things, and you would never ever know it.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's a good friend.
That's a good
and
friend.
A great fan.
yep, it
But
is
I
a great fan.
suppose-
It makes a big difference. Even yesterday afternoon, it was probably only in the low 60s here, but that means it was close to 80 inside.
Yes.
And so I ran that fan while I was at the RTR, and I went to check it out like a couple hours later just to make sure it was cool as could be back there. So yeah,
Fantastic.
that was a smart investment. I actually bought that fan and the inverter and the smart isolator for my previous van,
Okay.
but I had never gotten around to taking care of it and
Yeah.
putting it in. So it had been sitting in storage, and it's in.
Amazing.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for sharing your home with us.
You are so welcome.
I am sure many people are going to ask you questions or make comments about this. Please feel free to respond directly to them when the
Okay.
comments are there,
Okay.
because I think they are going to love you.
Aw,
Thank you so much.
you're very
You're
welcome.
so generous.
We're all here to love everybody.
Yes, I agreed with
Those
that.
are my parting words.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Mwah.